So number 15 is just, if it asks you for the direct variation equation, you're just going to say y is equal to kx. Alright, so notice we have the words varies directly in the question for number 16, so we know that we're going to start with the equation y equals kx. So let's plug into the formula for the things that we do know. And it says graph the equation if y varies directly as x and y is 3 and x is 9. So we're going to plug those in below. So instead of y, it told us that y was 3. K is what we're solving for, and x is 9, so we have k times 9. So in order to get k by itself, we need to divide by 9, and 3 over 9 can be reduced to 1/3. So that's our k. So notice here, this is very important. The study guide right here says write the equation. So you have to plug the k back into your equation before you can graph it. So y is equal to 1/3 x is the solution. Now let's graph it. Remember, in a direct variation equation, you always start at the origin right here, which is 0, 0, and then you're going to do whatever the slope tells us to do. So the slope says to rise 1 and go over 3. So we're going to do that. I went up 1 and over 3, and we can also go down 1 and to the left 3. And from here we can go up 1 and over. Actually, that's all that's going to fit on the graph. So as long as you have 3 points, you should be good. So let's just remember to connect the points with the line with some arrows. All right, keyword here for number 3 is, oh, that's not a highlighter. There we go. Varies directly. So we need to remember that we're going to be using our direct variation formula, which is y equals kx, and it gave us y equals 8. So let's replace the y with an 8. K is what we're solving for, and x is 4. So we need to divide both sides by 4. This reduces to 2. That looks like a z. Hang on. Okay, so now we have 2 equals k. So our solution where it says write the formula, we're going to plug it back in. So y is equal to 2x. And now we're going to graph y is equal to 2x. So remember, our first point always goes on the origin of 0, 0. And we're going to go up 2 and over 1, because remember, this looks like that. And we can also go down 2 into the left one, down 2 into the left one, up 2 into the right one. And that looks like all the points I can put on that graph. And then don't forget to put a line in the middle with some arrows. Okay, so 18 says if y varies directly, so we know that we are going to use the formula y is equal to kx. And it's kind of a two-part question. So first, let's do what the first part tells us to do. It says find, if y varies directly as x and y is 72, so let's plug that in first. And x is 8, so k is always what we're solving for. And we're going to divide both sides by 8. So k is going to equal 9, because 72 divided by 8 is 9. So we've done this part of the problem, and now we need to plug that back into our formula. So y is equal to 9x, and now let's do the part B, the second part of the question. So it says find y when x is 5. So find y, 9 is our slope that we found, and it gave us an x of 5. So y would be 9 times 5, which is 45. Alright, so we have another direct variation equation, so we're going to start with y is equal to kx, and let's plug in for what we know. Our y is 6, solving for k, and our x is 2/3. So we're going to divide both sides by 2/3, and I just put this in my calculator. And it told me that k was 9. So plug that back into your formula. Y is equal to 9x. And let's do part 2. So find x when y is 12. So it gave us y this time. So if we're solving for x, we're going to divide both sides by 9. And then you can reduce that even further. 3 goes into 9 4 times, and 3 goes into 12 4 times, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. So x would be 4/3.